Hey, CPP, what's going on, you guys? Hey, listen, I just want to do a quick thing that we do usually in the dorm for small lobby, but we also do it in the class. And this is just to help give you an idea of the importance of a positive attitude. A lot of people have not been trained on how to be positive. A lot of people have actually been trained on how to be negative. But we can't expect positive results if we don't have a positive attitude. Okay, and positive results are the reason we're here. We're looking to get documentation, to get certification, so that once we move out into the world, we'll get some positive results. Hopefully that comes in money, that comes in freedom, and that comes in a stronger mind. So here's some ideas that you can do every day to continue having a positive mental attitude. All right. First thing you want to do is learn to adjust to others. Okay. So when it comes to other people, there will be ways that other people may live their life. There may be things that other people say. There may be things that other people do that affects you. It's your mission to not argue or bring up trivial things that will bring a negative attitude unto you. The only thing you can control is your own thoughts. Okay. So if you see someone and they may dress funny or they may be different than you, don't take notice of trivial things. There's no time, unless you're getting paid to do so, there's really no time for you to be digging into what other people are doing. There's only really time for you to deal with yourself. Now, if that person is impeding on your success or they're in your space, then it's good to have that conversation. But there's no need for you to down someone else for the way they're living if it's not affecting you. It's only wasting time. Okay? Every morning, we want to start with expressions of gratefulness and blessing. So when we do our blessing game, all we're doing is just recognizing how blessed we are, saying thank you for that, and then expecting more blessings because we said thank you. It's not good for us to take time and list all of the negatives and the downs, because the more you put light on negative, the more negative will come. All right, so we want to fix our minds on positive things coming in, positive things going out. Now, if you are in a bad situation and you really feel like you're down and out, the way to cure that is to go find someone that's worse off than you. I can guarantee you that if you have eyes to see, that there's always someone that's worse off than you. So if you find someone worse off than you should go help that person. Usually assisting people that are worse off than you will bring a positive mindset to you, because then you understand how blessed you are. Feeding the homeless, visiting the hospital, visiting the nursing home, writing letters to cancer patients, visiting funeral homes, going to church and ministering to children, going to the hospital where people have lost limbs and helping push them in wheelchairs, working with young people with no families, orphans. When you deal with individuals like that, it makes you pause and realize that you are in a better position than you thought you were. You should find a mentor and emulate that mentor. Another thing that we've been poisoned with is we don't appreciate one another enough. A lot of times when you see somebody that you is an example to you that you really like, people be like, oh man, don't be sweating them and don't be boom boom. But I think it's important that you find people you look up to and act like them. I have a mentor and I do everything my mentor did because I want to be like that mentor. And I'm honored when I have students that want to be like me. And that helps me to stay on a clear path, because when you have someone to emulate, it helps direct your path. And make sure you find somebody with a good heart that treats people well. All right, put focus on the things that you can do and not that you can't do. Okay, now a lot of times we know our strengths, we know what we're good at, we know what we're bad at. The things that we're bad at, those are things that we want to work on when it's time. But every day we can focus on the things we're good at. Now I know that I'm pretty good at speaking to a crowd. So anytime I get a chance to do that, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I have to write, because look how I write. Isn't that funny? This is how I write all the time. It's not my strength. So I try to keep myself out of writing situations unless I'm typing. but it works for me because I am shining light on my positives. Okay. Establish a fixed situation daily. So every morning you should do the same thing for 5 minutes. I want you to first of all, I want you to laugh. Okay, whether it be a comedy situation, whether it be something you thought about that was hilarious. Everybody has the power to laugh, and a laugh and a smile can drive away negative thoughts and pain. So every morning you should spend about 2 minutes with a strong laugh. Okay, and I promise that's like doctor's medicine to make you feel better. Also, in the morning, you should stretch, drink water, do things to encourage your body to move forward so that you can be the best you that you can be. Another thing, we need to accept all criticisms as growth and health. Now, the thing about being young is people are going to be flooding you and telling you about the goods and the bads. Sometimes things can hurt your feelings. And I understand that when people may talk about the way you look or talk about what you've done, it may hurt your feelings. But once you come to the understanding that all information is good information when you're growing, then you'll understand that all criticism is just fuel to your fire. So if somebody says, hey, you know, you did that wrong and you did that wrong, you should be able to take that as criticism, but constructive criticism. And if you feel that they're right, then you make the change. If you feel that they're wrong, then move on like nothing was said. Okay? There's no time in our energy space for you to be angry at somebody for what they said. Okay? That person has no power over your success. We can't give other people the power over our success, no matter how we feel about them. We are in control of our success. Okay? Go out of your way daily to mention positives of other people. Okay, so what you want to do is when you get around people is find the positives in everybody. Everybody has a positive. And whenever you're talking to that person, that's really the only thing that needs to be discussed, the positives. And you'll notice that you'll receive that from others. When you give positives, you'll receive positives, and those positives will help you to grow in your faith. Only worry about the things you can help. Now, worry is a funny thing because it's important to worry about some things, to notice some things, because we need to have make changes. Let's say a tornado's coming. Even though we're not worried, we're still going to protect ourselves. We're still going to go where we need to go. We're going to do what the man's telling us to do. We're going to put the helmets on. We'll go to the basement, but we're not worried. Okay. When you're protecting yourself, when you're doing things to help yourself, you don't have to worry while you do it, because we know that we have a positive outcome regardless, because we spoke it that morning, because we live our life in that way. So no matter what happens, it's going to be positive. So there's no need to worry. Also, every minute you worry instead of plan, you're really taking away from your bottom line of money. Okay. We want to sell to others by indirect question and never argue. Never argue. I like to take this, unless you just enjoy it. Now, personally, I love to have the old Kobe LeBron argument. I love to act like LeBron's the best, or sometimes we'll argue about Tiger Woods. And it's fun to argue with friends and family. That's more of a debate. But when it comes to people actually arguing about religion or about politics or about race or things like that, understand no fruit can come from a poison tree. No good fruit comes from a poison tree. So every conversation we have should be healthy, it should be life-giving, and it should not be poison. And that's every conversation. Okay? Once you live your life like that, you will notice that the things you say and the things you do become healthy, and you'll reap the benefits. All right? Begin your self-improvement right now. Okay? Right now, we should be taking steps to be better every day. And that starts with patience, kindness. Do things to others as you would have them do to you. Okay? Because what we understand is when you do things in the earth, you're setting an example. Okay? So when you treat people right, when you help people that need help, when you're a positive light, you're setting an example for someone to do that for you. And with faith, that will happen. A lot of times here at Job Corps, you're going to need assistance from some powerful people. But if that powerful person sees you from afar doing opposite of what you expect, then when it's time for them to help you, they can't help you because they witnessed you not setting that example. Okay, so that's just a few things. Last thing, recognize that every circumstance is growth for your mind and the strength for your struggle. When you recognize that everything that happens to you, good or bad, is a lesson for the future, then you will begin to grow no matter what happens to you. I remember I got laid off from a job a long time ago, and I remember that night when I found out I fell into a slight depression because I felt like, hey, I worked for this company for so long. I was a manager. I was doing so well. I didn't understand why they were laying me off when I was, in my mind, this great person. I was wondering, how am I going to feed my family? How are we going to continue our health insurance? Well, what's going to happen next? And someone just explained to me, like, this is just another life lesson as you move forward. And turns out when I left that position, that's when I was able to come to Job Corps, which opened my heart and my mind to save young people and to do wonderful things. So if I would have stayed in that position, I wouldn't have been able to save the lives that I have saved. So God really worked that thing out. And ever since that day, I've realized that every circumstance works out for the good. And we just have to have faith in that and move forward. Okay, so I want you guys to have a great day. This is Coach CPP. We're moving forward in our classes. I do want you guys to make sure that you're, jotting down notes as we speak, because this is just CPP. Soon you will be in your trades and your classes, and you're going to need these tidbits of information to keep your mind on a positive level as you succeed one step at a time. All right. So y'all have a blessed day. It's Coach.